All right, so you want to accomplish some big things. You want to set some huge goals. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set goals the right way. Check this out. All right, guys, how do you set goals that you're going to achieve and accomplish and succeed at? First of all, my first tip on how to set goals is probably my most controversial tip, but I believe it to be true. And that tip is don't tell people your goals. Don't tell people what you're doing. How many times do you log on to Facebook or social media and somebody says, "Oh my gosh, I got this big goal. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm doing." I'll tell you what, they get a lot of likes, they get a lot of comments, they get a lot of support, and that is exactly why they are less likely to accomplish that goal. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? You post on Facebook that you got big things coming and huge goals coming, and everybody comes out to support you and root you on. It's going to make you more likely to hit your goals. Wrong. Scientific study after scientific study has proven that when somebody says that they are going to accomplish a goal, they say, for example, "I'm going to become a psychologist and I'm going to work hard to become a psychologist," then everybody begins to root them on and congratulate them. And then they start getting recognition and people already start seeing them as accomplish that goal. They're getting the little reward of, "Oh, congratulations. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, this is so exciting." And in their mind, they are beginning to get that recognition and people are already starting to see them. They're studying to become a psychologist. They're already getting the rewards for accomplishing a goal that they have not accomplished yet. And because of that, it makes them less likely to actually accomplish it. This is something that I have been doing unconsciously for years. I wasn't doing it because I thought it was a good strategy or because I'd read a scientific study. But in 2009, my biggest goal that year was to win the USA Memory Championship. But me being somewhat of an introvert, I just didn't tell anybody. I told my coach and I told a few close friends who were helping me with the goal, but it just didn't cross my mind to tell other people. 3 days before, I told my mom, "Hey mom, by the way, I'm going to New York City this weekend. I'm going to compete in the USA Memory Championship." I didn't tell even my mom and my closest friends, not because I was hiding it from him, but because I didn't want my mind to feel like it had accomplished something that I hadn't accomplished yet. Now, there is one exception to this. You do want to tell people that are close to you. When I was training for a jiu-jitsu tournament a couple months ago, you better believe I told my coach my goals and that I was training for this tournament. Why? He can help me. I told my teammates that I was competing in this tournament because they can help me. I told my close friends that I was competing, my very close friends, a handful of close friends. They needed to know why I wouldn't be able to spend time with them as much as I had in the past. So there are exceptions, but I did not get on social media and tell everybody that I was going to be the Dallas Open Blue Belt Masters 3 champion. And I know you're still skeptical of what I'm saying, but there's been study after study. In psychological science, in an issue in 2009, a group of scientists actually tested this out. They got two groups of psychology students, and they told them to write down their goals on the things that they were going to work on for the next week. One group, after they wrote down their goals, they handed it to the teacher, and the teacher looked at it and read it out loud and acknowledged the goals that they were going to be working on. The other group, they wrote down what they were going to do for the next week, and then the teacher said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was a mistake. I'm not going to read that. We will just look at that next week after you've done your goals." Then the week later, the group that had not had their goals read out loud, what they were going to work on the next week, actually accomplished at a higher rate their goals than the people who had already received the acknowledgement. When you already get the acknowledgement, when people already see you as accomplishing that, your brain's already getting the reward. It's what's called an identity goal, and it's actually going to make you less likely to accomplish your goal. So my biggest tip, my first tip in setting goals is to shut up. Number 2, You want to write down your goals. You want to write them down and you want to see them. And you want to do this for several reasons. It kind of crystallizes your goals, but also another thing that it does is you're able to look at them on a daily basis and review your goals and go back to your goals and remember what you wrote down. When I was training for the 2009 USA Memory Championship, I got a journal. In the journal, when I wrote these down, I was very specific. I wrote down, number 1, I'm going to be the 2009 USA Memory Champion. Number 2, I will set the record for the fastest to memorize a deck of cards in under 90 seconds. Number 3, I will memorize a 167-digit number in 5 minutes. When that day was all said and done, when the tournament was over, I had hit my goals exactly. I was the USA Memory Champion. I had memorized a deck of cards in under 90 seconds, and I had memorized exactly 167 digits in 5 minutes. I hit my goals exactly, 167 digits in 5 minutes, because I had written it down exactly, and I had read it over and over again every single day for 90 days leading up to the tournament. Write your goals down, it crystallizes them, but it also gives you the opportunity to read them and look at them daily to reinforce them. Number 3, get yourself a coach. When I was training for the USA Memory Championship, I hired a former United States Navy SEAL, T.C. Cummings, to be my coach, to coach me to be disciplined and focused for the tournament. Find a coach that's going to help you out in being focused and disciplined and keeping you on track, or find a coach who's been there before, who's accomplished the goal that you want to accomplish. When I was training for my first jiu-jitsu tournament, I went to my coach, black belt, Juan Tatum, and Juan coached me before the tournament. I went to somebody who had been there, who had done that, Juan Tatum. Number 4, set up a reward system for yourself. Tell yourself what you're going to do after you accomplish that goal. Maybe you're going to take 2 days off, or you're going to go on a vacation, or you're going to buy yourself that new toy that you've always wanted. Whatever it is, set yourself up a reward for whenever you accomplish your goal. Number 5, break your goal down into easy, manageable steps. For example, if your larger goal is to lose 25 pounds, break that down in, I want to lose 2 pounds a week, or I want to lose 1 pound a week. Break it down into little goals. So this week, you're not focused on losing 25 pounds. This week, you're focused on losing 1 pound. When I would train for the USA Memory Championship, I wasn't trying to win the entire tournament that week. That week, my goal was to get my card time down by maybe 20 or 30 seconds. Break your goals down into easy, manageable steps. When training for the USA Memory Championship, my larger goal was to win the USA Memory Championship. I gave myself smaller goals every single day. One goal might be to just make my bed for the day. One goal might be to be up and training by 8:30. And you may say, Ron, what does making your bed have to do with winning the USA Memory Championship? Nothing, but also everything. My coach, T.C. Cummings, the former United States Navy SEAL, we set up smaller goals for myself. Make your bed, be training by 8:30. Why? Because if I had all these little smaller goals, by the end of the week, maybe I've accomplished 20 or 30 small goals. By the time the tournament rolls around, 90 days down the road, I may have accomplished 1,000 goals by then. They were small. I made my bed every day. I was training by 8:30 in the morning. But all these little small goals built my confidence. So when I walked into the larger goal, I thought, you know what? I got this. Setting goals is what I do. Accomplishing goals is who I am. I accomplish goals all the time. And by accomplishing those little bitty goals, it increased my confidence to accomplish the larger goal. And remember, be optimistic. If one day you don't accomplish one of those little small goals of making your bed or being training by 8:30, don't beat yourself up. Be optimistic. Maybe face a consequence and force yourself to go for a mile run just to get it off your mind and feel like you faced a consequence for not making your bed that day. But be optimistic and stay positive. And my final point on setting goals, it has been said, most people overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year, and they underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. So think long term, set big goals, and astound yourself. So in this video, you heard me talking a lot about my goals of being a USA memory champion. It's one of the biggest goals of my life. I set some records. If you want to improve your memory, to remember names and numbers, and maybe have a goal to improve your memory yourself, I can help you with that. I have some tools on how to improve your memory, and this is really the next step that you would want to take if that is also one of your goals. Click the link below. I've got some great tools, some great strategies. This is what you need to improve your memory. Click the link below. Get it right here. You're going to be glad you did. Click.